This is Dabu 7. We either have one massive show of force going on right now or something huge is about to happen. It really seems like Trump is trying to press the issue hardcore on Iran that they have to dump their nuclear program. And now it's being reported that stealth bombers have been sent to the unsinkable aircraft carrier, which is an island located between Africa and Indonesia, about 1,000 miles south of India, called Diego Garcia. You may recall this island, this military base, being brought up many times in the past over missing flights and other mysterious things going on surrounding the base and things that the government are doing. Now, we have word that they have sent off these Northrop B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to Diego Garcia. They've also sent large transport jets, refueling planes, all in the area. And what they say is a significant buildup at Diego Garcia with at least 5 U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirits and 7 C-17A Globemasters in the area or at Diego Garcia. This is a huge buildup, and it should definitely serve as a sign to Iran that sitting on the tarmac in Diego Garcia are stealth bombers that are going to rain down hell. And they're going to. They're not there for nothing. You do not make these moves for nothing. Now, there's obviously been talk between Russia and the United States here over Ukraine. And Russia is trying to warn the United States that Tehran has a right to a peaceful nuclear program. But the United States just isn't seeing it that way. Ever since Trump struck and killed their general back in his first term, they've been hell-bent on revenge. And that's the scene on the world stage. Through all the assassination attempts, they tried to point a finger at Iran. They keep pointing the finger back to Iran. The last big boogeyman, so to speak, on the world stage in terms of the Middle East in their long list of places they wanted to topple. They took out Saddam in Iraq. They took out Libya. They've toppled Syria, so to speak, at this point. So Iran sitting there with an option: get rid of your nuclear capabilities in full is what Trump's saying, or you're about to get pounded out. I see it potentially happening. And the repercussions of all this is not going to be good for America, I feel. This could be the reasoning for a massive attack on America, a repercussive attack. Blowback, if you will. And this world's a stage, man. They can do anything and make you think that it was someone when it was them the whole time, turning the lights out or whatever.
You see, this war won't be a hit and run like how America is used to. For example, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, the war in Vietnam, the war in the Korean Peninsula, the war in Nicaragua, and many other places, man, in which because the America controls the narrative, and when they get hammered out, they pack and run. See, the recent one is the war in Ukraine. They have lost that war, and now they are looking for an exit plan, man, to land somewhere else to cause mischief, man. Because America have been to war most of it is time as a country, but if we're going to look up those, they lost every war, man. But this one here, she's easy to put things into perspective. There is a logistic build-up to that island known as Garcia. It is a logistic hub for America in the Middle East. And right now there are B-2 bombers. And you have cargo planes, refueling planes, man. I think there are like 20 B-2 bombers out there in that island. If I'm not mistaken, that's zashi that word unrepresented. Nothing like that have ever happened in recent history, man. And you have like 4 aircraft carrier, 3 will be American and 1 it will be from the India. So you have 4 aircraft carrier in the coming week in the Red Sea. 4 aircraft carrier. That's very significant, man. And this build up in that island known as something Garcia. I think W7 have mentioned it. So this is a logistic build up to go to war. So before I go any further, I want to begin by giving all the praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha, Kwadash, and the Bahana to the elder and the apostles of the Timison who do well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to work and more pushing this truth to the 4 winds of the heaven, being at the forefront of this spiritual war. To make sure Jerusalem is established as a praise on Asia again as in the days of old. So she you heard from the video, man, self-explanatory. There is a build-up to take out Iran, going back to the Pentagon General Wesley Clark, and Wesley Clark is a devil too. He exposed the military industrial complex and the deep state. It is the elite, man, the bankers, man, because there is that saying which say all wars are bankers' war. And that other saying which say you are supposed to buy when there is blood running the street. So they have made their fortune over other people's misfortune, if you will. And as they want this man to prop up the economy, to prop up their pocket. She a resource war. And Aisha always telling you we are running out of resources. We are running out of resources. Only a certain amount of resources have remained. It can't sustain us all. If you hear those kind of mantra, you just know we're about to go to war. And here we are, man. There's a build up over there, and preparing for war. Probably we have another proxy war, because what you see won't happen unless the motive is made mandatory. So the project Ukraine have failed. America is getting ready to pack and leave, and they can't stay without being at war. They need to launder money. This war, this different war, like the war in Ukraine, that's created to launder money. To prop up the military industrial complex, stocks, because you have some powerful people owning stock in the military industrial complex. They can't stay without war. So the war in Ukraine have failed. They wanna create another war. So you will have proxy war after proxy war, and then they said you would erupt. This is the book of Joel 2 and 20, but I will remove far from you the northern army. Or the northern army, that's an American army. I will drive him to a land by and desolate, the Arabian Peninsula, which is first towards the East Sea. The East Sea was talking about the I think the Gulf of the Persian Gulf. You see, and his hinder part is your back towards the utmost sea. The utmost sea is the Red Sea, and his thing shall come up when his ill savor shall come up, because he has done a great thing. Because this war is going nuclear, man. You see, so you have this lesser luminary. They think this will be another regime change, a project over there in Iran, subversion tactic to overthrow government. And today I was going through the Iranian history, man. And the way the Iranian history is, the things which happened, it is the same things happened to the Russian history, man. The Moshe was kind of propping this nation to be war machine, man. The people in Iran, man, are bad hardened. I was watching the war between Iran and Iraq, how they sacrifice themselves. It's the same thing with Russia, man. When you go to the history of World War One and how Russia was involved, the history of World War Two, how Russia was involved, and these different wars until the recent war in Ukraine. The Moshe did not give them break, these two countries, Russia and Iran, and they will be at the forefront. She owns the Axis alliance because we have the Allied alliance and the Axis alliance back in World War II, and it will continue like that. Another name for the Axis alliance was called the Evil Alliance. I see the alliance of evil, the Evil Alliance, man. You see the axis of evil. It's like the axis of evil. But right now, back in the days, the axis of evil lost it. But right now, the axis of evil will win, man. Because the Moshe is with them, man. You see? The Moshe is with them. Let me get a scripture here. See? The book of Ezekiel. The book of Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesied against him. And I say, thus says the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, behold, I am against you, Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. I will turn thee back and put a hook into thy jaw. So the Moshe have it where these two countries, Iran and Russia, are bet hardened. The Moshe did not give them breaks, man. Like how America is, man. You see, the history of Iran, that's a very brutal history, man. They went from one totalitarian regime to another. The same thing with Russia. Between the war of Iraq and Iran, they lost a lot of people equivalent to World War One, and it was a trench warfare, man. You see, trench warfare, man, and a bomb igniting with limited technology, man. It was a brutal war. It was a close combat. The same thing with Russia. What's going on in Ukraine is just a trench warfare. That's like a World War One style, like fighting. If we watch it closely, and the Moshe is giving them experience so they can sweep the floor over there in the Middle East, man. It will be brutal. I was watching another dude. I think he was from Tennessee. This Edomite, he was ashamed of his history, man. And he was crying of everything which is going on in the world stage. People are dying, and I was like, you haven't seen nothing. People, this is a skirmish. These are not a war. What's going on in Ukraine? That's not a war. That's some skirmish, man. The coming war, it will be reported in the news. If you wake up with the news, you turn on the news, 10,000 people have died over a single explosion. See, this country, this earth will run out of men because it will be a very brutal war, and it will be a war machine. The scripture speaks about the wine press, man. Over there, the Levant will be a wine press. The Levant will be a wine press, and you people will be. Let me see. Who is that come from Edom, which died garment from Bozrah? This is that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in greatness of his strength. Is that speaking righteousness, might to save. Whereat is all led in apparel, and thy garment like him that tread in the wine fat. I have trodden the wine press alone. What's the wine press, man? You people, man. You will be trodden like a wine press, man. See? The Moshe is getting ready to revive this war machine, like how it happened in World War One and World War Two. This war machine, man, and they are going to treat the wine press, man. And the Moshe, the Yahweh is coming to wipe the floor, to finish it off. You see? You see? And of the people there was none who see me, for I will treat them in my anger and trample them in my fury. So a lot of people will be drafted, man. I see. this planet will run out of people, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will restrain you in my alignment. For the day of my vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my doom is come, and we are there. So, Shishi Shalom. I hope you are edified. On to the next.